What's up, man? It's JAYARSON. You're not tapped in with Nolazine, you hear me?
Gotcha, man. You know, we done did probably 20 interviews now.
For sure.
So I ain't gonna ask you none of them basic ass questions like I always say. I gonna ask you where you're from and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but you
for
know,
sure.
on the elevator, you was telling me something very interesting. What happened to you?
Bro.
I'm gonna let you explain, though.
Pimp Daddy took it down prematurely, bro. It just kind of like, opened my eyes up to like how much New Orleans don't understand business and like how like the artists be needing support from the older generation. It just be a generational gap that, you know, certain things could get handled better with business, you know what I'm saying? On both parts though, it ain't just the older and the younger, you know. Yeah, so the record Pimp Daddy. Pimp Daddy took it down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Full pack. Took that bit down. I had like 100,000, damn near 100,000 streams on it. And it wasn't even out that long. And it wasn't like I wasn't communicating. It was like my word against their word type vibes. Like it was like a copyright issue claim. But it wasn't a copyright issue. A lot of artists don't understand interpolation issue. And interpolation is simply if I'm influenced by something or if I use, like copyright is using the exact same music, right? Like interpolation is like if I say what somebody else said and flip what they said, or if I got a similar beat to what they got but I didn't use the exact same tones, that's interpolation. That's why a lot of artists is easier to, you don't want to recreate the beat. You want to make it sound similar to it. But a lot of artists don't know that. So, Nayo, R.I.P. Nayo. Nayo made the Pimp Daddy beat. And I know it was like, I know some of the stuff I do be kind of risky with the samples and all that. Like, because New Orleans is different. Like, the show boys came down here and just let us use all these sounds like Triggermans and all that, you know, with no paperwork type vibe. And because of that, we got a good community of using our stuff without an issue, just as long as you call in. You know, you might get somebody a couple hundred, a couple thousand under the table, whatever the situation is, but that's not the best way to do business. And I learned that firsthand. Like, niggas come from hustling in the streets, like getting it out the mud. Like, you know, that's the type of business we know, but quickly that shit got my mind right to, I mean, I feel like I always been a different type of rapper with my business, like understanding business aspect. Like, you know, can you contest to that? I'm asking you, Darren. You can contest to that?
What you mean?
Like, huh?
What you mean?
I'm saying paperwork, handling business,
right.
Like conducting business ain't never no bad money or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, you know, you have been doing like good business.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever it is, it ain't just you. I just stand on good business. Me personally,
you're supposed to. Like I don't think I think people need to learn that. Like
for sure.
Like you know,
for sure.
Like having a good relationship or a business relationship with a person, it could actually make you a whole lot of more money in the long run. Like a lot of people burn bridges for no reason.
Right. So I agree with that, but just coming from what I come from, like if you don't do good business, you could die. So a lot of artists, I be peeping that when they don't do good business, I'm like, bro, you couldn't hustle in the streets.
But the crazy part is, you could die in the rap business doing bad business.
Listen,
before you make it, I'm talking about like
listen,
mainstream.
But that's the format. Like, you not even gonna come in. Listen to what I'm saying. You're not even gonna come in doing bad business if you come from that world. Like that's my whole thing. Like, you not about to play with nobody if they front you, whatever they front you. Like, you coming back with the bread. Like, and fronting is the relationship, right? And the back end is whatever the situation y'all agree upon.
I ain't gonna lie you. Hey, but this new generation is different, you know. If they think they can run off on the plug.
It is, but that's
like I told somebody, I said, man, in my generation, we would never thought about running on the plug because but not only the plug would kill your family,
right?
But why run on the plug?
But
why would you run off the plug?
But the generation we living in, bro, like, all right, rat and glorified. Niggas come home like and it's good. They back on top and just rat, like, you know, like the government formatted this shit this way to damage the black community by like making it cool to rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting down first, hiding niggas paperwork and all that type of shit. Like, this shit was like implemented to destroy a generation, which is doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now you got niggas, you know, like coming home and glorifying and then they making money. Like, it's the same thing that was going on. Like, niggas getting bonus money for ratting on niggas back in the G. But this shit been happening, but now it's just...
I don't think people realize that's a deeper conversation. Like,
for sure.
The deepest conversation in that is people don't realize that the government paying these people to actually do the things they doing out here and making them rich. And making them rich. Like, you like, man, how the fuck you get all this money? I just want to be around it.
It's been going on, though.
It's been going on for
But now it's just... Everything is ran through social media, it's TV. Yeah. Niggas don't watch TV. Niggas watch so they're able to tap into
it. And expose it a little bit more.
Yeah, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's the informational era. Like, I can't tell my son, like what his grandmother was told. You go in the bunker and a Tommy bomb go drop and you go live. That shit ain't logic. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could put that shit up on the phone.
After I caught my first felony, I had a one-on-one with a police officer. He told me something that made me like, I wouldn't even go back in the streets and try. He was like, man, if you hustling and you got a partner like probably got pulled over,
right?
And as long as he agreed to work for us, like, and like, you know, if he bust you and like, you know, and you go to jail and like you don't take it to trial,
right?
You wouldn't even know who the fuck busted you.
Exactly.
Like he could still be on the streets. Like, they got niggas that's been hustling on the streets for years, busting niggas,
right?
And nobody, you know, like niggas be like, a lot of niggas be afraid to take it to trial. 'Cause, you know, you lose trial, you damn it lose your life.
Listen. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's just a part of the game that people don't. A lot of people don't know when they jump in the game.
Right. So back to the business aspect of what I was talking about with the whole Pimp Daddy situation. So it was a situation where they told me that they said that Pimp Daddy baseline was copied and that it was copyright issues. I'm like, all right. So boom. I'm like, it's not a copyright issue because first of all, the song Pimp Daddy, where the Pimp Daddy, that come from another song Supercat made in New York. So if you go say this copyright, then if I pay you off, then you entitled to pay whatever fines come behind with the label where that came from.
Right.
But they didn't know I understood that aspect of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's why that shit come into play where I'm like, okay, we all down bad if that's the case, so how you go use that? All right, cool. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But the interpolation, the baseline part, you got to get a musicologist on that. They not about to pay for that. I'm not about to pay for that. So that's what it came down to, us coming to an agreement. But you know, they kept it G with me. And it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was like one of them had passed. And I think like a couple artists had been jacking them. You know what I'm saying? Like far as like getting away with not paying them what they was due. So they saw the video. They saw the hype and they thought I was signed. I'm like, man, I signed myself. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. And you know, we talk about it. There ain't no bad blood or nothing like that. But I just like, it left a terrible taste in my mouth. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Where I just was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go on swing in the morning. Like, I'm budgeting, putting a budget behind myself, pushing the record, like, and then it's like, boom. And then I never got back in that pocket from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have took a Class A feature to get it back to the pocket it was in. And then at that time, I ain't had that same budget to do that. But I had the budget to do that when it was taken down. You see what I'm saying? How life worked. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, fuck, dog. Like, I just but I learned a lot from that too. You know what I'm saying? And I normally reach out to everybody, like, far as that I have reached on and ask them, like, what they gonna need. If it's cool if I use this, what we need to do, like. But that street mentality and like paperwork need to be involved now, like, and that's just where I'm at with it, like.
Gotcha. So you know, hey, but actually, with that happening to you,
yeah,
do you think that's kind of what made you kind of, I'm like, slow down on the music and kind of go towards the movies?
Fucking right, like fucking right, man, like, cause it's like. Man, like, each day as a rapper, like, each day moving forward, A day for a rapper not doing anything, progressing is like a month. You get what I'm saying? So you miss a day of marketing and budgeting towards where you going at, bro, you really miss a month. Like, you miss a day without posting, you miss a week. Like, if you don't have your structure organized. And I, quite frankly, didn't have the gas to do that. Like, I was, at one point, like, shit, it wasn't a blog that wasn't posting me, like, including you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
I'm
like,
not a blog, gotta throw that out there. I'm a media company.
What are you? Let's get it clear.
I'm a media
Respectfully.
company.
Media.
Respectfully.
It wasn't a media source.
Right.
All right? And that covers everything that I was saying. Media source. It wasn't a media source that, you know, I couldn't open up my phone and see myself. So I ain't got that kind of energy, and like I'm passionate about creating music before it's like the legs that go into being a rapper.
Yeah,
you need a team, boy. You need a man. Listen, you trying to rap, you go burn money if you ain't got no team and you don't have a strategy. And I had a strategy and I had a team. You know what I'm saying? I've exerted my people with shit not going right, and that's just out of my hands. So whatever God got for you, He got for you. So I just feel like the movies was just more in my pocket, and it allowed me to miss a day of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it allowed me to transition over to something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But rap is still like the foundation. Rap is the platform. Like, without rap, you wouldn't know Jay.
Yeah.
So,
but you knew me as something else.
Yeah.
But back to this, you know, I try to clear this up sometimes, but I'm gonna clear this up.
Go ahead.
While me and you know, cause like it's a difference, cause like the game has changed. You know, I actually talked to main music and tech manager about this. You know,
Right.
So like the concept of everybody getting thrown in the same box, like as a podcaster or as a blogger or as a media. So I explain to people what the difference is for my company and everybody else.
Right.
So like, even when, like, you know, people trying to play GD like a few weeks ago, I'm not gonna say the names of the people that were saying, like, you know, he's posting random people, but I'm like, his page was built off of creating discussions.
Right.
And he posts like I'm like day-to-day things that people say or what goes on. And so that would put him in the class as one new age blogger. Because a blogger at the back of the day used to be someone who write just journalism. Which is what is part of Nolazine. Because we actually write articles, but like also we do interviews.
Right.
We post the news on a whole different page. So like we created a whole media.
So that's when you become a media.
Yes, we a media company.
Right.
So like most people, like if you take the Dallas Globals or the Chuck Moolahs or the GDs or Change of Plans, you would notice that a lot of their pages look very similar.
So what are they?
They are the new age bloggers.
New age bloggers.
Like, cool. Because technically that's not really blogging.
So it ain't too many people that do what you do then, if that's the case.
Yeah, like you're not gonna go to too many people that's supposed to be bloggers or media companies. Right. You gonna see a page damn near full of articles and interviews.
Right.
Like if you go on Nolazine Media, you're gonna see mainly, like, majority is gonna be interviews, but now you see freestyles.
Right.
But you're gonna see articles.
Right.
But everybody else page you're gonna see maybe interview clips, but mainly music promo and like the day-to-day like updated news, what's going on with the newest rappers and different things. Like what makes GD different is he create conversation in his community about his thing. So that's why I was telling people in his comment, that's why I spoke up, like he built his file and his page off of like regular people did it.
So in his words, he was a barbershop.
But also everybody doesn't supposed to get it. Because guess what? And because if everybody did what GD do, everybody would be on GD level.
Right.
Like me and Neutral Grounds, like we probably have the biggest following in New Orleans for real that everybody know about. Right. And we even do different things.
Yeah, definitely.
So like, but like I give him more of a media company as well. I'm not gonna give him a
more
blog.
like to me, like the news.
Yeah, he like a New Orleans
cultural
media. Yeah.
Cultural media.
He cultural media company.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to explain the difference from like a blog. But like technically, but they're not bloggers, but they call themselves bloggers.
Right.
Because they're not really doing but the known blogging journalism. But they are doing journalism because they actually put the day-to-day. But you remember back in the day with blogs, blogs was like a lyrical lemonade.
Right.
You know, if we do the history, like, you know, like a blogger is like a writer that write stuff.
Well, listen, when I say blog, I meant to generalize like someone that covers entertainment. Like I didn't meant to.
Well, I also wanted to put myself out the realm because, like, in my mind, when I was creating my company, I was representing New Orleans, but I wanted to create like a complex.
Right.
Like, so, like, you know, like even when a person say, "Man, you want to be like Say Cheese," I'm like, I'm like, no.
When you go sneaker shopping with me, bro, it's like a complex.
Yeah, but like I say, but also I can't be I can't be the complex. I can't do everything complex does. Man, come on, so I gotta create what I'm saying. So like, even like, you know, even like why people like, you know, none of people come on this thing and like, man, why you don't do the thing like everybody else doing with you add the beats and everybody rap on? I say because I'm gonna look like everybody.
Right.
So when I created Nolazine Freestyle, now I put it at the bottom for people to know Acapella. Right. So mark my words. By the end of this year, you're gonna see another company doing an acapella.
I believe.
Mark my words. If everything go the way I want it, like even the Magnolia Chop, the way he perform his old song acapella, people like, man, that dude auto tune built in him. Right. When the people start seeing you could do that with a freestyle acapella without putting the music, watch how people start doing it. Right. But I'm just saying in general, like I always think about out of the box, like what's gonna separate my company from everybody else. So when you go on Nolazine page, I don't want my page to look like nobody else in the world. Right. And like you being a rapper, you don't want to go like you in a rap or movie industry or whatever. Yeah, you don't want nobody to go on your page and look the same.
Nah, I pride myself on being different or whatever it is, like dressing different, looking different, talking different, whatever. I don't want to look like Woody next door. Right.
And that's even like my wall. Like at first I just had that wall, right? Yeah. I'm like, but people like that ain't gonna stamp Nolazine. It's not gonna make Nolazine. Right. So I said, you know what? I created all them covers in one day.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And put that wall up. I said I gotta represent Nolazine, but I gotta represent like my city. Right. So my goal is to always keep that wall up and let people take pictures for the Hall of Fame. But when I move to my next city, I'm gonna still keep this office, but I'm going to bring bring New Orleans to whatever city I go to and put them on the wall too. So see if I go to Atlanta.
Like who that is? Yeah, right. Young greatness.
Right. So like, you know, when I move to Atlanta, Houston or Dallas.
Y'all set you real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, you threw that quick. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like if I move to Atlanta, let's just move Atlanta for example. I'm gonna have a wall. You might see Baby, you might see Pastor Troy, you might see Wayne, you might see T.I. You can mix the wall up with Nolazine.
I dig. I got it.
I'm just creating. You know, I just want it just trying to be, you know, separated. I want people to also know the history, man. You know how many people came here and didn't know that was Manny Fresh behind you? But if I cover that name, but when I covered that name, up and say, man, who that is? They didn't even know that was Manny Fresh.
Man, they didn't know that Manny Fresh. See, I wouldn't have known either, but shout out to Greg D.
Man, it's so much history I put on the wall. Like, even Tim Smooth. A lot of people don't know Tim Smooth, Bust Down, MC Thick, Josephine, Johnny. Yeah. Man, I done threw people up there like, dang, man, it's feel I feel.
You got the squad come up.
Feel I feel. Man, I'm gonna tell you something, but I'm gonna tell you the dopest part about that wall. Right. That was a moment for me. Hey, but I brought Fee in here, and Fee said, man, hey, but look at Lil Wayne's arm. And it said, Fee, you gotta feel me on it. And I never knew he had that tatted on him. Damn. He showed me on that picture right there. It's on his arm at the bottom. Fee, you gotta feel me. I said,
crazy.
I said, man, that's crazy. That's enough. That's a moment right there. Just crazy. Me creating that wall. And that's a random picture I took from Wayne. Yeah. So, you know, it just show you that so much history we have. Right. Even like the Pimp Daddy. Like the world don't really know who Pimp Daddy is.
Right, for sure.
But like, if they were I'm not gonna say if they were smarter, if they would have like just had a meeting with you and like, man, I think we could put this song harder and put a market and make it bigger so we all can really eat for real. Because like you already had momentum.
But listen, that was my whole goal with the whole Murder Capping project, right? It was to amplify what was founded, like people that I feel like didn't get their just due. And I ain't set trip on it. I ain't just implement downtown rappers. I like, you know, man, listen, the age range I'm in, bro, everybody, I'm going to give them 45 under, 35 under, whatever the case being, to about 20 was influenced by Cash Money, bro. Even to this day with Drake and all that, man, even with Kendrick, whole situation, Drake's still one of the greatest artists of this generation. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, it ain't even up for debate. And I just was either it was Cash Money or like dudes that I personally seen. Like, you know, shout out to LOG and Free Life Phil and all that, man. So that was my whole thing, man. Just taking people I felt like didn't get they just due and kind of putting that on my back and carrying that cross and getting us, you know what I'm saying? Getting us to Calvary with it, you feel me? But I'm a optimistic, man. Optimistic dude, and you know, sometimes things just don't work out, but that don't discourage me from moving forward with something else, moving forward with them entertainment or my craft, whatever it may be.
Gotcha. I ain't gonna lie, you've been talking about movies, but I just called for 2 weeks ago. I said, man, I think I'm about to start, like, you know,
right,
thinking about joining into that, because I got my ideas is. I just want like a TV show. I don't really want to shoot the movie.
Right.
I want
like a sitcom or a series.
It's more of a series, like like one. I'm like America Horror Stories.
Right.
And you know, someone to take my idea, but it's still, I don't think they're gonna do it the way I'm gonna do it. And I can tell people my idea, but basically, you see how my wall is like a Mr. Magic. I want to create a storyline that drops on Tubi or Nolazine, or however I'm gonna do it. Hey. And guess what? It's gonna tell a story that really happens. In, you know, the Night Ward, but it's going to feature Mr. Magic and some of his music to help his family as well. And also a Josephine Johnny on, you know, like just say Josephine, like all the legendary people known of Josephine. It might have a scene where, you know, they would tell him might just come through on a bike, like, man, look at Telly, but it's going to make their history, like, but it's going to come like America's story, like a story that happened, but it's not going to use a real situation, but it's going to bring up the real people's name. And you know, that's the thing I want to bring to my company.
That's fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So and I can tell people my ideas, but it's still I feel like they're not gonna do it how I'm gonna do it.
Because what you're doing is something different, and like even though you're telling me I wouldn't understand it,
right? Because it's still not my full vision either.
Yeah, unless I seen it, then I'll be like, oh.
And you know the crazy part is about that is like people always say, man, never tell people your vision, but this right here, Nolazine,
right?
I told the same vision to Snake, Chuck Moolah,
right.
And Chucky Branch.
Right.
And he like, man, and somebody told me, like, man, don't tell nobody your idea, man, they gonna take your idea. I said, I don't care if people take my idea. Because nobody's not gonna do it the way I'm doing it. Nobody's not gonna outwork me. So when I started noticing for the first year, people don't know, man, I stayed on top of the A-Law, but I fucking shot 10 interviews a day and I was editing the bitches at night. You could ask Fee. Fee came in the lobby, nigga. Matter of fact, that night, Young Greatness died. He was sad. You know what he told me? No, Fee lived in there too at the time. Fee said, man, they killed Teddy. I didn't know Greatness as Teddy.
Right.
Hey, who the fuck is Teddy? I'm like, so it took for me to, when they post, I'm like, man, that's crazy. But Fee used to see me in the lobby because I ain't gonna be, this time I'm gonna go to sleep on this time. I'm gonna be in the lobby talking to the hotel workers, editing interviews. I had a plan to like, you know what, I'm about to just outwork everybody in New Orleans for this interview shit.
So, man, how you felt about that? Like putting in all that work, like where did you feel like it took you though?
I feel like the pandemic was
a gift and a curse?
Was the gift and the curse. It was the real birth of me. Because at first when the pandemic, I'm like, man, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like I'm thinking nobody got no money either. I'm not checking the DM or nothing. Look, I'm not checking DM. Like 2 days I'm checking the DM. That's when we all start getting on. Probably in a week or two, everybody got on this. What that thing was called? The thing that everybody was checking.
Man, who in Clubhouse?
Clubhouse.
Yeah.
So Clubhouse opened the door for me to talk to Dallas Glover and all them.
Right.
So when Dallas Glover come down and visit me, running this shit with me, he like, man, he start coming to Dallas.
Right.
When I start going to Dallas and looking at how they structured their media companies and blogs and how they charge. Like for the pandemic, I was still charging $20. You know, I tell me, making me $100, I post for you all month. But when Dallas taught me the media game, I always tell people, but Dallas taught me the game. Like, and guess what? Dallas opened their arms to me. I'm talking about, I still got a studio right now. I go do it. He'll let me do it for free. Crazy. Like Dallas really opened. And guess what? Vol was like, man, you need to move to Dallas. But Dallas really opened their arms to me. Right. But shout out to the people from Louisiana too. I gotta see in Atlanta, like Savage from Baton Rouge. Right. He had a studio on Young Thug Block and Savage, and listen, and shout out to you, Savage can tell you true facts. Right. Mook Tovin, like one of Young Thug producers, used to be like, man, come on, Notice, he come do these interviews with us YSL people. Savage used to really literally walk me across the street like, bitch, I'm gonna make sure you safe going to the house because I know they be.
Oh yeah, Savage. I'm talking about different. Bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, just show you. And guess what? He made me realize, like, man, we be we be like, man, oh, I'm from New Orleans, but we need to be representing Louisiana because we really have our back. But we only have each other back until we go out of state in jail.
Say, bro, that's crazy though. But G didn't really change my perspective on that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I was doing Murder Cabinet, bro, that dude got producers. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know. Like, he kind of like he kind of put me and Nayo together. So he kind of was like background executive producer on the project, if you want to say it like that.
Right.
And he plugged me. He made me just look at Louisiana as a whole different. Cause them dudes just opened their arms to me with no second guessing, and then like just being with Vol tap in every Louisiana market with the movie shit, we moving around, doing shit, and I'm just like, man, the past like 5 years with that, I really like especially like just going to BR and just them dudes knowing who I am and shit like that. I was just like, damn, all right, let me just embrace Louisiana more.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize how smart Var is. Var actually has reached through all the chilling circuit. I didn't even know the chilling circuit was till Var. Man, I'm talking about Var came home from jail.
Right.
I'm talking about maybe a few weeks in him home.
Right.
Come on, Darren, let's go on the road. I left my phone in the car. He mad at me. I was like, man, I want to go back home. Talk about we were all in Bunkie, Louisiana, like places I never heard of in my life. But the way they reacted to just all of us going there, it shows like, man, there's some people that won't give us some love out there. When New Orleans artists realize there's so many people ready to meet you in just Louisiana and Mississippi and these small towns, man, they gonna treat you like a fucking celebrity. And you ain't even gotta have 1,000 plays, but they gonna treat you like a celebrity.
Say, bro, let me tell you something crazy though, cause how this shit coming full surface, right? Greg taught me that too first, but I ain't really understand because I was just a younger artist with Greg. Like, no lie, me and Cali O'Bub was on the road with Greg D. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from Greg watching him do what he was doing, but I didn't understand what he was doing because we in these middle of nowhere Alabama, middle of nowhere Mississippi, and I was just like, what is this nigga doing? So like, Greg gave Bart a game too. You know what I'm saying? So whatever market they went into, same markets we was going into, because Greg was like pushing Bub at the time. And then like, I just thought that should just start, like, I'm like, okay, boom, these smaller markets, this where it's at. So then I tapped into Florida market because they drew a little more to me. So I just learning that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, Florida like a second home, whether it's Jacksonville or Miami, I'm always up there.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, the greatest thing about even traveling and meeting them things, it made me realize you're not gonna get rich in your hometown. Hey, but strangers gonna make you rich.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And that's dope. I gotta tell people, man, y'all need to travel and meet people because you don't know what can happen.
Right.
It's the reason why we got you up here, because
what's the reason, man?
Hey, but we know,
what's the reason?
Hey, but you're a real, like, savage when you get to freestyling and rapping and all this. So, I don't know if the world know it. So, I always heard you on a beat. So
right.
People never heard you really like, a lot of people probably never heard you really like acapella and like make people feel your words.
All right.
So, even if you want to go back to back with it, man, this is your time.
I'm here.
So,
you ready?
However you feel, man, let's go.
Look. Waking up in cold sweats, for they touch my pores, chasing money and my purpose. I ain't got time for no whores. I'm addicted to this hustle, count money on a float. Niggas hate all the air I breathe. I ain't never hated on no nigga. Homie hate behind a bitch. You a whole nigga, that's for sure. Nigga try to jack out a third in this bitch. Pop, pop, you'll be no more. Nigga try to scope, better have your bread ready, cause I'm gonna feel played if you don't have my fetty. Get it? I'll whop you, leave you with one eye, take you away from your trap queen. Praying God let me in the janitor, but I keep serving these dope fiends. My eyes red, you probably wonder why. You probably think I wanna cry, but I got fetty in my eye, nigga. Real nigga shit, I had to play the hands I was dealt. So I became a dealer and I dealt to myself. Pounds and keys got dealt to the shelf. Hottest nigga on the block, I cook the dope till it melt. Flyest nigga on the block, I paid the rank like for the belt. Hood rich like Scream, but I'm focused on wealth. Shit, but look, these niggas telling like narrators and narrating everything they could narrate. Make sure they ain't fucking around. Catch them and castrate them. Square up in this game, homeboy, shit, I'm past 8. I'm trying to get this paper, homeboy, shit, I'm past 8. Get it? Fuck nigga on past 8, on my way to serve this 9 like it's Jesus. Making profit off the white like the Rockets and the Lakers. Profit off the white like the Rockets and the Lakers. Get it? I ain't graduated from Howard, but shit my brother did. I was too busy whooping babies and making kids. Call me Young Joe Jackson. Mouth full of diamonds, but a lot more attractive. Took your dope and flipped it like a mattress. Took your hoe and flipped it like a mattress.
Gotcha.
Hold on. You want another one?
Hey, give it to him. Last but not least, tell the world what can they find you at on social media and everywhere else.
At _ JAYARSON, man. JAYARSON. You know what I'm saying? You could Google JAYARSON. Real talk. Everything will pop up. Websites, merch, movies, whatever. I'm here. You hear me? Yeah.